In the aftermath of Trump's controversial presidency, where does Ivanka Trump fit in the grand scheme of things? While Melania has largely remained out of the public eye, Ivanka's transition to private life sparks curiosity. Join us as we uncover the details of Ivanka Trump's life since her White House departure. During Donald Trump's 4-year tenure in the White House, Ivanka was a constant presence by his side. She frequently accompanied her father to various public events, international excursions, and pivotal meetings, even making a surprising appearance at the G20 summit, where she entered the realm of international diplomacy. However, in a remarkable shift, Ivanka's prominence has waned significantly, following her father's defeat in the 2020 election, marking a profound transformation in nearly every aspect of her life. When any White House administration transitions out, one significant change that accompanies it is the revocation of security clearances. In the case of Ivanka Trump, her White House position and security clearance were relinquished when her father, Donald Trump, lost the 2020 election to President Joe Biden. However, what raised eyebrows was the fact that she had been granted security clearance in the first place. As reported by CNN, Donald Trump was insistent that his daughter, whom he had designated as a senior advisor, receive a high-level security clearance. Nevertheless, his then Chief of Staff, John Kelly, and his White House counsel, Don McGahn, did not support this decision. They made their recommendation clear. Ivanka should not be granted high security clearance. Despite their advice, Donald Trump persisted with his determination. Why was this a matter of such significance in the first place? CNN pointed out that the typical process for determining who receives high security clearance is vested in the White House Personnel Security Office, involving input from the FBI and an exhaustive background check. Despite reservations expressed by the Personnel Security Office and the disapproval from Kelly and McGahn, Donald Trump ensured that Ivanka received the clearance. One of the most notable transformations in Ivanka Trump's life pertains to her global standing. During the peak of her father's presidency, Ivanka assumed the role of representing the United States on the international stage and frequently accompanied her father on diplomatic missions. However, her public image and involvement in high-profile politics have undergone a complete turnaround. According to BuzzFeed News, one of the most significant events featuring Ivanka alongside her father was the G20 summit held in Osaka, Japan. At this gathering, the former reality star found herself amidst distinguished figures like Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, French President Emmanuel Macron, and former British Prime Minister Theresa May. Yet, Ivanka's presence at this crucial event was not without its awkward moments. BuzzFeed News recounted an incident during which Ivanka attempted to insert herself into a conversation involving Macron, May, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and International Monetary Fund head Christine Lagarde. This move did not sit well with the world leaders in attendance, leading to substantial criticism of the then-president's daughter. Donald Trump's political rallies have long served as a significant means of connecting with his supporters, often turning into family affairs with the presence of his sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. The Trump family played a central role in these events, providing unwavering support. However, a noticeable change occurred after Ivanka Trump's departure from the White House, as she has been conspicuously absent from her father's rally stage, prompting questions about her absence. There may be more to Ivanka's absence than meets the eye. The Daily Mail reported that Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, actively avoided joining Donald at a high-profile MAGA event in Arizona in January 2022. Instead, Ivanka chose to spend the weekend in Florida with her husband's parents and their 3 children. The reasons behind this move remain uncertain, but it's evident that Ivanka has been gradually distancing herself from her father, particularly in the aftermath of the January 6, 2022 riot. Characterizing the legal challenges faced by Donald Trump and his administration as significant is a considerable understatement. It appears that Ivanka Trump is being drawn into this legal quagmire. The Daily Beast reported that Ivanka has become a central figure, a key witness in a series of alleged crimes attributed to the Trump family and the Trump Organization. The New York Attorney General is actively investigating Ivanka's involvement in these matters. Adding to the complexity, in mid-January 2022, NBC New York disclosed that the same Attorney General, Letitia James, accused both Ivanka and Donald Trump Jr. of misleading financial institutions during their roles at the Trump Organization. Allegedly, they were involved in disseminating false and deceptive financial information in various business transactions. It's undeniable that Ivanka's life, along with the protection she once enjoyed due to her father's prominent political position, has undergone a profound transformation since her exit from the White House. When Ivanka Trump assumed a prominent role in her father's administration, it naturally entailed a change in location. The Trump family relocated to the prestigious Kalorama neighborhood in Washington, D.C. However, as the political climate intensified against Donald Trump's administration, culminating in the events of January 6th, and with ongoing political unrest being a defining characteristic of their time in the Capitol, Ivanka, Jared Kushner, and their 3 children decided to leave D.C. behind immediately upon her departure from the White House. According to CNN, they made the move from the heart of politics to Miami, Florida, where they leased a condo for $40,000 per month. But their post-White House life isn't limited to this luxurious temporary residence. CNN also reported that Ivanka and Jared have invested in a piece of land on the exclusive Indian Creek Island, situated in the Miami area. Their investment journey began in December 2020 when they acquired a pristine $32 million empty lot located in the upscale Indian Creek Village, a coveted enclave often referred to as Miami's billionaire bunker. To establish a more immediate residence, they secured a lease for a large unfurnished unit within the prestigious Arte Surfside condominium building situated in the coastal town of Surfside, Florida. This strategic move granted them access to a range of premium amenities for at least a year, as detailed by Catherine Clark in the Wall Street Journal. Not content with their already impressive acquisitions, they further enriched their Florida real estate profile with the purchase of a magnificent $24 million mansion, once again in Indian Creek Village. This burgeoning collection of high-end properties underscored the couple's commitment to cultivating a new, opulent lifestyle in the Sunshine State, creating an exquisite haven amidst the exclusive neighborhoods of South Florida. While her real estate ventures in Florida have garnered attention, her public appearances have been relatively scarce. One notable exception was in March 2021, when she emerged from her post-White House seclusion, choosing to engage in a charitable outing. On this occasion, Ivanka was spotted in Apopka, Florida, participating in an event hosted by the Farmers to Families Food Box program. Her involvement extended to distributing food boxes to families in the area who were grappling with disenfranchisement, as reported by People. Later that same day, Ivanka extended her charitable efforts, making deliveries to individuals who were unable to access the Farmers to Families distribution site. In addition to her involvement with the food distribution initiative, Ivanka also paid a visit to the Lifeboat Project, a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting survivors of human trafficking. The organization took to social media to document her presence, sharing photos of her engagement and her time spent at their location. Ivanka Trump's post-White House life has taken a distinct turn, notably in her relationship with her father, former President Donald Trump. Throughout his presidential term, Ivanka was a constant presence by his side, actively engaged in various aspects of his administration. However, since their departure from the White House, she has intentionally distanced herself from her father. While Donald Trump has maintained an active public profile, frequently attending rallies and even urging his followers to receive the COVID-19 vaccine, Ivanka's appearances alongside him have been notably absent. The reason for her conspicuous remoteness, according to CNN, stems from her father's incessant complaints about the election results. These ongoing grievances seemingly wore thin on both Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, prompting them to seek some distance. As Ivanka once revealed, "There were definitely times when I was younger when I was going, 'Did you have to say that, Dad?'" The Trump family had a history of enjoying activities together as a close-knit group. However, the dynamics shifted for Ivanka and Jared post-White House, as they weren't seen at the usual spring and summer events at Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's Palm Beach resort. This altered familial relationship might also be attributed to Ivanka and Jared's aspirations for their own political and business futures. They may have recognized that distancing themselves from Trump could provide a more favorable opportunity for their respective endeavors. The New York Times even noted that Jared Kushner was keen on carving out space to write a book, and he preferred a more in-law-like relationship with Trump. Conversely, Donald Trump Jr., the eldest of the Trump children, has taken a more prominent and public role in offering staunch support for his father. While he was present during Trump's presidency, his public engagement differed from Ivanka's more prominent involvement. This apparent role reversal between the two siblings reflects the evolving dynamics within the Trump family during their post-White House chapter. One of the pivotal moments that dramatically altered Ivanka Trump's trajectory was the harrowing events of January 6, 2022. The Washingtonian observed a marked shift as Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, found themselves effectively marginalized in Washington in the aftermath of the violent riot. For Donald Trump's daughter, it was a turning point that set the stage for intense scrutiny regarding her role in that tragic episode. As documented by AP News, Ivanka was in close proximity to her father in the Oval Office on the fateful morning of January 6th. She bore witness as he exerted pressure on Mike Pence regarding the certification of the election results. Given her immediate presence during these critical hours, the House committee, charged with investigating the events of that tumultuous day, is determined to seek answers from Ivanka. Their aim is to piece together a comprehensive timeline of the events, interactions, and actions involving Donald Trump and his associates. Representative Stephanie Murphy emphasized the significance of Ivanka's potential testimony, stating, "Ivanka Trump has details about what occurred in the lead-up to and on Jan. 6 and about the former president's state of mind as events unfolded. While it is relatively unusual for a family member to be subject to congressional investigation, Ivanka's insights could prove invaluable in shedding light on the events of January 6th. It's no secret that Donald Trump has his fair share of political adversaries, but his discord with his former Vice President Mike Pence takes this to another level." In the aftermath of their White House tenure, Pence has been unequivocal about his divergent perspectives from Donald, particularly on the matter of the 2020 election and the events of January 6th. You might expect that all members of Donald's family would be firmly in his corner, but it appears Ivanka Trump is charting her own course. As reported by AP News, a pivotal moment transpired in the Oval Office on January 6, 2021, with Donald, Ivanka, and Pence present. In the midst of Donald's efforts to overturn the 2020 election, Pence rebuffed these attempts. It was during this critical juncture that Ivanka, looking at Lieutenant Keith Kellogg, made a telling remark, "Mike Pence is a good man." Kellogg responded in kind, saying, "Yes, he is," as per congressional testimony. This recently disclosed comment from Ivanka underscores the significant shift she has undergone since her early days in politics. Furthermore, as Ivanka composed one of her final tweets during her White House tenure, she conspicuously omitted any direct reference to her father by name. Instead, she extended her wishes for prosperity to Joe Biden and encouraged the United States to seek common ground, as reported by the Washingtonian. These actions underscore the evolving landscape of Ivanka's political affiliations. Upon exiting the White House, Ivanka Trump and her family underwent a significant lifestyle transformation, necessitating a relocation from their upscale Washington, D.C. neighborhood. In their previous locale, they counted the Obamas, Jeff Bezos, and several embassies among their neighbors, according to Town & Country. However, their recent choice of neighborhood hasn't been met with the same enthusiasm. As reported by Vanity Fair, Ivanka and Jared Kushner have temporarily taken up residence in Surfside, Florida, while awaiting the construction of their new home on Indian Creek Island. What sets this move apart is the marked contrast in political leaning between their two communities. While Indian Creek Island saw 79% of its residents supporting Donald Trump in the 2020 election, Surfside swung the other way, casting its votes in favor of Joe Biden, representing a notable shift in Ivanka's surroundings. Eliana Salzhauer, a Surfside town commissioner, didn't mince words when discussing the presence of the well-known former first daughter in the local area. She initially expressed a sense of recognition, stating, "It was, oh good, the town is getting recognition." However, her tone shifted as she continued. Then it was, "Oh no, the psychos are coming." Salzhauer conveyed her reluctance to contribute to Ivanka's Reinvention Act and questioned the purpose of their residency, succinctly stating, "What are they doing in our town?" One aspect of Ivanka Trump's public image that garnered widespread acclaim was her impeccable sense of style during her tenure in the White House. She consistently exuded a poised and sophisticated aura, effortlessly donning designer labels. However, since her departure from Washington, D.C., it appears that Ivanka's fashion journey may be undergoing a remarkable transformation. As reported by SCMP, a noticeable shift has occurred in the fashion landscape surrounding Ivanka Trump. Many designers now prefer not to collaborate with her, effectively rendering her a persona non grata in the fashion world. Designer Batsheva Hay expressed the prevailing sentiment by stating, "No one is going to lend Ivanka clothing. She'll have to buy it covertly at retail." It's a stark departure from the era when Ivanka's sartorial choices were celebrated. The transformation in her style is apparent. While her White House years were marked by polished ensembles and stilettos, Ivanka has been spotted sporting more understated looks on numerous outings. Hola! Magazine captured her in black leggings, a tank top, and sneakers during a family excursion in Miami. On another occasion, as documented by the Daily Mail, she embraced a casual look, donning a sweatshirt and leggings while out with her daughter. She even made a nonchalant Starbucks run, picking up 2 pink drinks along the way. Ivanka Trump's online presence has undergone a significant transformation since her family's departure from the White House. During Donald Trump's presidency, she was notably active on various social media platforms. However, the dynamics shifted following their exit from the political spotlight. In 2021, her Twitter activity came to an abrupt halt after a May tweet in which she advocated for COVID-19 vaccination. Her message encouraging vaccination was echoed on Instagram as well. But since that time, a conspicuous silence has enveloped her on all social media fronts, lasting for several months. This sudden withdrawal from the digital realm stands in stark contrast to her prior online engagement and has not gone unnoticed by the public. Curiously, even as Ivanka herself has remained largely quiet on social media, discussions about her have continued unabated in various media circles. The rumors regarding her potential foray into the world of politics have persisted, despite her deliberate silence on the subject. A significant financial transformation has been observed in Ivanka Trump's life since her departure from Washington, D.C., particularly in her steadily growing wealth. Despite previous reports of financial difficulties prior to entering the White House, Ivanka's financial portfolio has seen a notable expansion in recent months, as reported by iNews. Journalist and author David K. Johnson, known for his book, The Big Cheat, delved into the finances of Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, and uncovered a remarkable increase in their wealth since leaving the White House. It's worth noting that when Ivanka and Jared initially entered the political arena, their financial situation was far from stable. One of the key factors contributing to their financial upswing was a holding company established by Jared in the Caribbean. Through this strategic financial move, the couple reportedly augmented their net worth by a minimum of $172 million. To put the scale of their financial growth into perspective, Johnson even estimated that their earnings could have reached as high as $640 million, partly owing to their heightened fame and recognition. This surge in their financial fortunes naturally raises questions about the source of their newfound wealth. Johnson ventured into this line of inquiry and suggested that the intersection of their financial interests and U.S. national security may have played a role in their substantial financial gains. One of the prevailing questions surrounding Ivanka Trump's post-White House journey is whether she will venture back into the realm of politics. Ivanka Trump's Instagram feed was a vivid showcase of her substantial political clout, a direct result of her close association with Donald Trump. From actively participating in Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue's campaigns in Georgia, to her role on the American Workforce Policy Advisory Board, as well as her nearly boundless access to the Oval Office, Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner had significantly expanded both their public profiles and their sphere of influence. However, the landscape drastically shifted after their White House departure. Post-Washington, Ivanka and Jared have decidedly distanced themselves from the political stage, no longer engaging in campaign activities for fellow Republicans, offering commentary on prevailing political decisions, or exercising their formidable influence. Their sudden withdrawal from the political arena came as a surprise, considering their previous prominence. The Hill reported that former Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham shed light on the inappropriate extent of influence wielded by Ivanka and Jared while in power. According to Grisham, the couple had a penchant for positioning themselves as the shadow president and first lady. She noted that Jared became somewhat intoxicated by the power he held. The two frequently involved themselves in matters that were beyond their immediate purview, with Ivanka even expecting to be treated with a degree of reverence akin to a member of the royal family, owing to her political connections. Inevitably, the dynamics of Ivanka's life have undergone a profound transformation since leaving Washington, D.C. After saying goodbye to the world of politics, Ivanka Trump has been savoring a life of leisure, filled with an array of activities that showcase her more private side. While Ivanka initially maintained a relatively low profile, she has gradually returned to sharing glimpses of her life on Instagram. Her posts now encompass her extravagant getaways, philanthropic endeavors, and everyday moments, all of which collectively highlight her contentment with her current lifestyle. It appears she has no immediate plans to return to her previous role in the world of politics. In light of Donald Trump's announcement about a potential 2024 campaign, Ivanka issued a statement affirming her choice to prioritize her family and the privacy of their life over rejoining the political arena. As we dive into 2023, Ivanka continues to make the most of her ample free time. This past year has seen her engaged in various activities, from wakeboarding lessons to embarking on exciting journeys around the globe, all while relishing the tranquility of her post-political life.